Out on the campaign trail, Senator Ted Cruz speaking directly to the terrorists.
Let me say to every jihadist on the face of the earth, your day of reckoning is coming. In January 2017, we are coming after you. We're not coming after you to negotiate. We're not coming after you to arrest you and read you your rights. If you have declared jihad on America, if you are trying to kill Americans, we will find you and we will kill you.
Katharine Gorka, President of the Council on Global Security, who is also Senator Cruz's National Security Advisor, goes on the record. Good evening.
Good evening. And just to be clear, I'm not his only National Security Advisor. I'm part of his team.
Okay, well, noted. Thank you. All right. What should the United States do to stop these terrorists? Do you have any thought different from what we're doing right now?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I think we're not doing the right things at all. We need to take their threats much more seriously. They're telling us we're a target, and we need to respond, take them at their word. One of the things that's very concerning, just in the last 6 months, the administration has cut training, counterterrorism training, to federal, state, and local law enforcement. I mean, what kind of signal does that send to our law enforcement? We're leaving them unprepared.
How do we stop people from wanting to be foreign fighters going over to these training camps, and how do we stop them from coming back and wanting to commit terror?
Well, the good news is that most of the people who are supporters of ISIS are not making secrets about it. 30% of those who've been interdicted by law enforcement in the last 2 years have broadcasted on social media. So they're leaving us plenty of crumbs if we're interested in following them. And to be fair, the FBI has actually done a terrific job so far of stopping a number of people who have wanted to travel. As I said, we've had about 98 people, supporters of ISIS, interdicted by law enforcement in the last 2 years. That's people who want to travel as well as people who are plotting domestically. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I mean, some of this still seems so out of our control. I mean, if you accept this as fact, and I realize it's an ongoing investigation, that Turkey warned Belgium about at least one of these killers ahead of time. And it's probably going to turn out that at least one American, I don't know, I'm just making an assumption, we don't have the names of those killed, but that Americans in Belgium at this airport and this train station were killed. I mean, how do we actually, can we ever, are there any steps we should be taking? That's Turkey to Belgium and some poor American just going to the train station or the airport.
Well, there are absolutely steps that we can be taking. I mean, again, because ISIS is so active on social media, we actually have the faces of a lot of their foreign fighters. We can track them if they try to come back to this country. And frankly, because it is a difficult problem, this is one of the reasons I really support Senator Cruz's policy of getting into our communities. It's what we absolutely have to be doing. This is a local problem. It's got to be dealt with by local law enforcement. They have to be trained. They have to be prepared. They are the front line, really, in this fight domestically.
And of course, what we should always point out well is if a lot of times citizens can be very helpful if they see something suspicious to report it. The citizens out there are also potentially very helpful. Katharine, thank you for joining us.